What's going down, Axial builders all around the world? It is your boy Josh, aka Coleman, and you are now watching ScaleWars, Axial's Battle of the Builders. You already know it is. It's your boy Josh. So, I'm pretty stoked right now. We're on episode 2 officially. Episode 1 was awesome. It drug on a little bit, like 40 minutes, but it seems like you guys didn't care because that officially just, climbed the charts in my videos. It got, a bunch of you. I think it was like 3,000 views or something in the first week, which is, I know it's not huge to some of these big YouTubers, but to me that's pretty big already. So, really excited. This show looks like it could be a hit. Really, that all just depends on you guys, man. If you guys like it, then it'll be a big deal, man. And if you don't, then it won't. So far it seems like you guys like it, and I'm pretty excited about that. I was hoping to find something, that would really give the whole community a chance to just get involved and just be active and really not have any pressure. No, there's no negativity or anything involved. It's all just for fun, and it gives you guys a chance to just kind of show off and just have fun with the family, man. It's all we are. It's just like a big family anyway, so let's just show off our stuff, and have some fun with it. So anyways, first episode was great. If you guys are just tuning in and you want to know what this is all about, this is Axial's official battleground. This is the Battle of the Builders. It is an ongoing online competition for Axial builders all around the world. And it's just for fun. There hopefully will be some prizes here eventually, but I'm trying to wait and hold off on that for a little while just to make sure that, we can enjoy this. I want it to be an enjoyable thing. So anyways, let's get into it. I don't want to talk too much. Today we've got 3 pretty nice builds. I'm not going to say they're just epic because there's still a lot of work that needs to be done on them, but I will say they're looking pretty good. These guys definitely, they're off to a great start. So let's just go ahead and jump on over to the battleground and see what we've got going on. All right, everybody, we are back at the battleground, and the first gentleman we have up today, this is Tom Moeller. Moeller. I think I said it wrong. I am so sorry if I butchered your name, sir. He is from Prince Frederick. I can't even talk today. Prince Frederick, Maryland, all the way on the East Coast. So shout out to the Beast Coast. Let's see. He is 48 years young, and looks like he's been subscribed to ESP for over a year now. Pretty cool. I always appreciate seeing these guys that are subscribing and sticking around. If you're a new subscriber, I hope you guys stick around too. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. Your support is very, very much appreciated. So let's see. He started building RCs in 2015, so not that long ago. So it looks like he's just getting hardcore into this. Just judging by looking at this build right now, just the initial look, he's definitely diving in. You can tell he's adding some of his own touches. He is enjoying it. Look at the smile on his face, the thumbs up. He's definitely digging this. So shout out to you, Tom. Let's see. He calls this truck the Bark Buster Chevy. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say right now, we'll just jump to the next picture. You can see why he calls it the Bark Buster. He likes to take this thing out and rip it through the woods, man. Look at this thing. Just flinging dirt. I love action shots like this. Anything that shows some good motion, some tires spinning, just lets me know that this thing's really, it's moving. It actually has movement. It's not a fake. There's a lot of people that could just post pictures of their builds or their buddies' builds or whoever, and it may not even be real. I want to see the thing moving, man. I want to see some action. I want to make sure that there's actually gears in them axles. So, all right, anyways, let's take a look at some of the parts here. Before we do, though, let's do an initial look at this. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, rating a 1 to 10 off your initial thoughts. I think this is, initial thoughts, it's giving me like a 5, maybe a 6, maybe a 5 probably, but you can't see a whole lot. Really what's getting my attention is the fact that he's got a driver and a steering wheel and a bench seat, it appears to look like, all poking through there, and this is a Lexan body that doesn't originally come with those things. So that shows me he's definitely he's going for the scale game. He's definitely trying to get involved. He's putting the extra effort into it. So I like that a lot. The one thing that's really, really bugging me is these right here. I don't know if you guys can see that mouse going around, but you see those? Hood pins. Oh man, I hate those. I absolutely hate those. Big no-no, and I know that a lot of people are going to be sending those in, but we're going to slowly but surely try to get everybody away from these. These right here, I don't like those. All right, so another thing that's kind of bugging me is this bumper. Not that it's an energy bumper. I don't really care about that. I think it's energy. Yeah, it is. I see it right there. I don't really care about what brand it is. Energy makes just fine stuff for certain things, you know. But what bugs me is that it's huge, man. This thing is humongous, and I don't know if you'd really want a bumper that big on your truck in real life. I could be wrong. But no, I'm not the biggest fan of energy, but I'm not a company basher. And I know a lot of people like to bash. As soon as they see an energy product on somebody's truck, they just rip into them, especially on Facebook. I see it all the time. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I could care less what the brand is. I care about how the product works. When it comes to a bumper, it doesn't take a genius to make a bumper that can go on an RC car. Okay, now to make a quality bumper that replicates something realistic or whatever, yes, you may have to pay a little bit more money for it. You may have to find a custom fabricator like Wordy Made or something like that. But, you know, a lot of guys are just fine running an energy bumper, and, you know, there's no hate from me. So, what I do like, though, I mean, these are just catching my eye, are these side pipes. Killed it with the side pipes. That's really cool. I like that. I like how you got the cuts right. It looks cool. Another thing I like is these fenders. You also cut the fenders down. You didn't leave the humongo fenders. You know, a lot of people bolt these fenders on here and they don't trim them down and they just stick out way too far. You trimmed yours down. Props to you on that. However, if you had a smaller bumper and you could get this body down a little bit lower, get rid of these, you know, hood pins and stuff, you'd get a lot cooler look out of this thing. And even if the body didn't go that much lower, just getting this bumper up here, you know, tucked in where it's supposed to be would look a lot better. So let's go to the next picture. We're getting hung up on that one. So interior shot looking pretty good. The driver is looking killer, man. I love how he's all dirty and like looks like he's been laying under the truck, working under the hood. I like that. Got the wrench laying right there like he's ready to jump back out and fix something else. I mean, I like that. The dash is kind of basic, kind of plain. It's a sticker sheet. There's no three-dimensional details really on that, so I'm not a big fan of that, but I am glad you have a dash in here and you at least put the sticker sheet on it. It went that far. Not sure what you did here for the steering. This almost looks like you came up with your own situation here, and I like that. Yeah, I if it moved, that'd be even better, but I like that you did this. I keep saying sorry, it's driving me nuts. But if you were to throw maybe like a CB in here, underneath here or something, and throw maybe some keys dangling out of this somehow, you know, rig up some keys, throw a trail map up on the dash, maybe throw like one of those little cup holder things down here in the floorboard or something. There's a few things you could do, or you could put like a fire extinguisher in there, or a fire extinguisher back here in the B pillar. Just a few little things, because it looks like you're going for a race truck, you know. So, anyways, I really like it. So, props to you on that. And I really like the shifter. I don't know how I haven't said anything about that yet, but look at the shifter setup that he did. That's cool. I like how you got the two different knobs. You got, yeah, it's just cool looking. It's got detail down here in this. Looks like almost like diamond plate, you know. Definitely cool. So, let's keep going. Here's a booty shot. Got the booty shot. Again, with the energy bumper, like I said, it's not energy. I don't have a problem with energy at all. A lot of people run energy, and it's just fine. But again, with the size, it's a little too big. It's just a little out of proportion, in my opinion. Now, that is subject to opinion, because some people, I mean, my Kaiser sitting out back has a humongous bumper on it. Looks like it's off of some utility truck or something. So, you know, it's all a matter of opinion, but I'm just not a fan of how ginormous that bumper is, and it leaves these big gaps right here. I really like to see it tucked up against this, and maybe a little bit more, you know, to like closer to the same width. I like the black color you went for. Just the paint looks nice and clean. Smooth, a little out of focus, but we all know what the Chevy booty looks like. I like that you added the D-rings to the bumper. That is a nice touch. It's always good to have some shackles on there to hook to. You can see the interior from here. That looks sweet. I like the Axial sticker in the middle, like the bow tie. Again, though, with these bad boys, not a fan of these right here. If you could get rid of those somehow, definitely would save you some points. It'd look like you had a nice clean tonneau cover on here or something. If you didn't want to do the tonneau cover look, you could always do like I know it's like a drop down still. Most tonneau covers would be like up top, but you could always cut this out, get rid of those shock hoops, do something else with your shocks, maybe go to an angle or get some shorter shocks back there. You could do the cantilever system like some guys do. I'm not the biggest fan of that, but it is a solution. And honestly, it's a Chevy, so really throwing some leaf springs in the back wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, that'd be pretty cool, honestly. And then you could do a drop bed, which would help with the next thing I was going to talk about. That's a great shot right here. I really like this shot. Super scale. The guy looks great. The dirt on him, again, this is the interior you did a great job on. But this isn't it either. I saw it earlier when I was going through your pictures, but basically this is a great example though of the body pins. You can see those 4 body pins are just killing the realism here. If those weren't there, this would look way more realistic. But I do like this though. Look at the width. Look how these tires are just barely sticking out a little bit past the fenders. The proportions are killer on this. You got these proportions just right with these tire size. Drop down here. Now this is what I was talking about. So if you could get the drop bed in here, you would get rid of this problem. You can see all of the light that's coming through. You can just see the floor on the other side. That's pretty unrealistic. In real life, the bed would be sitting right down on the chassis, right? So I would like to see, if anything, you could jack the chassis up just a hair by lowering your suspension down, and then you could chop down a little bit on this, or maybe, like I said, go to a leaf spring setup in the back. I don't know. It's up to you, really. But if you get that bed down, chop this out and make your own drop bed out of styrene, it would really, really help this look a lot more realistic. Even if it's just painted all black down there and, just close the gap some. That would really help. Same thing in front right here. If you had like a inner fender wells, would really, really help you out on this. There's just a big gap right here, and that's the only thing that's taken away from this. If it wasn't for the big gaps under here and the I can't remember what they're called, the body clips coming through, this truck would be on point. So anyways, that's about it for this truck. There's really not a whole lot to say other than that. I really, really like these side pipes. I like the wheel and tire combination. Like the colors, not actually black. What color is that? He's got in his parts list over here. Oh, let's go through his parts list. He's got, it started life as a deadbolt. He's got lots of STRC aluminum. He's got Energy front and rear bumpers. He's got Energy gearbox, Proline Chevy truck body, Boom Racing shocks. Let's see, aluminum 1.9 beadlock wheels from, I think those are from RC 4-wheel drive, if I remember right. He's got the RC 4-wheel drive Super Swamper tires. Let's see, links from eBay, not sure of the brand. He thinks they're just a Chinese brand that he picked up. STRC Panhard kit, Axial 35 turn Trailbreaker motor, stock ESC. Let's see, the Tamiya driver. Interior was custom made. Dash is a piece of aluminum flashing. First interior he ever made. So see, and he did that good on his first interior. So that's, my hat is off to you on that interior. Well done. Paint is Folk Art brand from Walmart. Body is painted with Parma. It's Parma Fast Pearl Charcoal. Let's see, the skid bars are steel brake line and brazed. Battery try to cut out of old file cabinet door. Battery try to cut out an old file. I did not see that. Oh, maybe he means the battery tray was cut out of an old file cabinet door. We'll look here in a second. And then he classifies this build as trail truck, and he rates it an 8. So let's take a look here at the rest of the picture just real quick. And that paint, it's a Parma Fast Pearl Charcoal. So it's a charcoal color. That's why I like that. It's got a little sparkle to it. Underneath, you can really see all of his parts that he added. He's got, all of his links, his STRC aluminum parts. He's got you can see the rock lights underneath there. I like that he kept the stock plastic housings. It really helps with sliding over rocks. Looks like he's still running the factory wild boars. I like that he did this here. The tray set up on the inside, it hides a lot of his wires, hides his battery, everything, and that's probably what he's talking about. He made that out of an old file cabinet door. So pretty slick move right there. That's what I like to see. That's ingenuity. You know, just coming up with your own ideas. You can see how he's got his pipes and stuff put on here. It's just well done, man. I really, really like this truck. You did a good job. Let's back out of this. Do we have any more pictures? Just a great shot right there. Just a good profile shot. Here's our front end. I like the rope wrapped around there. But that's it with this truck, you guys. Give him a rating down there in the comments. Let him know what you think. If you have some good feedback for him, some good advice to help him take this truck up to the next level, put it in the comments so he can read it. Big shout out to you, Tom. Thank you very much for entering. All right, you guys, on to our second competitor today. This Jeep is looking pretty good already, but we'll see. We'll see as we get into it. This is, it looks like it's submitted to us by a gentleman named Tim Wallquist. And I am so sorry if I'm getting these last names wrong. I'm just butchering them today. I'm struggling with the last names, but it looks like Wallquist. And he is submitting this from Imperial, Missouri. And he's 38 years young. So shout out to everybody over in Missouri. If you're watching in Missouri, let me know in the comments. Let's go ahead and get into this Jeep. Let's see. Well, before we do that, what's this say here? How long have you been subscribed to ESP? It looks not yet, he says. So when it comes to subscribing to ESP, this gentleman is not a subscriber yet. But don't flame him. Don't get him yet. Maybe he's just waiting to see how we do with his Jeep today, or maybe he's waiting to see what kind of score he gets. Either way, we're gonna be honest with you today, Tim. So if you were hoping to like get us to be nice to get you, to follow through with the subscription, it's not happening, buddy. We're going all in on you. So if your truck is good, we're gonna let you know. If it's not, then we're gonna try to give you some advice. So anyways, let's keep this going. It looks like he started building RCs about 30 years ago, so he is definitely a vet in this. It looks like he started when he was about 8 years old, then is what that would mean. So he's been building RC most of his life. Pretty much like myself. I started building scale trucks in 2007, but I started building RC, oh man, is farther back than I can remember. I got pictures of me running around RC cars when I was just a little guy. So a lot of us have. It's nice that this hobby has existed for this long and is still going this strong, if that makes sense. I think it's a great thing. So glad to have you here, Tim. Let's go ahead and take a look at your truck now. This is an Axial SCX10. He just calls it an SCX10, no special names for this one. And let's see, the complete parts list and paints list is... well, it looks like he's got a lot of stuff written down here. He says, please make video and post. Love to see this one reviewed. I live in St. Louis and use Holmes Hobbies. All right. Shout out to you, buddy. A lot of people don't know that that's where Holmes Hobbies is. So if you guys were wondering, I guess now you know. Let's see. He says they are from Missouri. I love them. Would love if you post my truck. Please let me know you received this so I know it did not go in your junk mail. Well, I guess you're finding out right now this did not go in my junk mail, sir. You definitely made the show. Let's see. I may send some pictures within 3 emails. There's 11 totals. All right, so I'm not sure if I got all your emails or all of your photos. Like I said before, guys, we're going to struggle a little bit with these first few episodes just because it was a little bit of a mess for the first few days there. So let's see. He built this rig using the famous Holmes Hobbies electronics, he says. They're also from his area, which we got that. He's definitely stoked on that. And he says, wow, he's got $2,300 put into this Jeep. That's a chunk, buddy. That is definitely a chunk. Now, you guys don't have to go putting in how much you put into your Jeeps, but if you want to, I ain't stopping you. Let's see. He rates it a 5 out of 10 because he needs to do a lot more to this truck to make it more scale. That's what he says. And he wanted to create something that was unique and meets these needs. Well, it looks like he's on to a good start. He also, I like his honesty. He straight up gave it a 5 out of 10, and he admitted he needs to do more to it. So, therefore, that's great, man. I love the humble entries, the guys that are humble about it, because then I don't, I feel like their expectations are a little bit more realistic. So let's go ahead and look into this. We're going to skip to the next picture here. Where is the next picture? All right, there we go. This is an underside shot. Now, I think I might be missing some of your pictures, but we'll see what we can do with what we got here. It looks like he's definitely proud of these curries, because I see some shots of these curries in here. Everybody that is new to this whole scale scene, if you're wondering what the curries are, these are the curries. These are from Vanquish products, and they're pretty popular Axial. They're definitely on the expensive side, though. When I say expensive side, they're basically some of the most expensive Axials out there when it comes to buying Axials for your trucks. So they're not for everybody. We'll talk about those a little bit later. I can see a lot of electronics here, and the biggest thing I'm noticing right off the bat is you, sir, are missing a full interior. So I see absolutely nothing done for interior. That's going to cost you big time in the score, but it's okay. Like I said, I want you guys to enter these all in no matter what stage they're in. You can get your score, and then you can always come back and knock that score out with a better submission next time. So it looks like this thing is driven hard, man. Just look at these links. Look at these front ones. These things are all bent up, man. You do not go easy on this. That is for sure. He's got some MIPs, it looks like, here. And we can go ahead and check his parts list and just make sure. He put a lot in his parts list. It says, parts had to work well together for articulation, which meant no leaf springs. Well, I can't necessarily agree with you there. I have seen some leaf springs work wonders on articulation, so you can definitely get some articulation out of leaf springs. As much as you can get out of the regular coilover shocks, no, but you can definitely get a lot out of them. So let's see, good shocks at 100 millimeters. Okay, so he's got some good flex out of them things. The rig had to flex and grip rocks, just wanted a good performing SCX-10 platform. So that's what he says. Wanted a scale look, but no compromise on performance. And I see what you're going for there, but I still would like to say, when you go for a scale look and no compromise on performance, always make sure that the no compromise on performance comes after you complete the scale look. Make sure the scale look's 100% complete, and then get your performance up as far as you can. Basically, I like to tell people there's no compromise on performance or looks if you're really, really going for that full scale vehicle. So don't hold yourself back. I know a lot of people are scared of the weight, but trust me, tuning works wonders. Let's see here. Axle mounted servo for better performance versus his Vanquish 3 link, where he says he had multiple problems with articulation. Wanted performance over scale in that area, so he went with an axle mounted servo, he says. So you might be able to get some help from some of the guys in the comments on that. I have seen a lot of people make the Vanquish 3 link work really well. However, I've also seen some people struggle with it. So let's see. No Shelf Queen. He says this baby is meant to be used and abused and left dirty at the end of the day. No exception. I like to hear that. Definitely like to hear that. Even with the pretty ones, I like to hear that. Wanted to finally run some $130 rims with 1.9 inch tires. I love scale rims. All right. Well, I'm glad you like scale rims. $130. I guess that's not unheard of nowadays for wheels. Let's see. Wanted to underdrive the rear gears for my driving style. The internals are using the heavy HD bevel gears and diff lockers for both front and back. The truck weighs in at about 14 pounds. He says, just have fun with my scale build and keep it original to my own ideas on how I like things. And he says, here's some parts I used, and holy Lord, he put a list on here, but let's just go through it super fast. SCX-10 kit, he's got, it's from eBay. New, no wheels, no electronics when he got it. He says TLR silicone shock oil, RC 4-wheel drive, Mickey Thompson classic lock, 1.9 internal bead locks. He's got the Holmes Hobbies Torque Master Pro. He's got the Holmes Hobbies Torque Master BRXL. He's got the Castle Creations Castle Link programming kit. RC 4-wheel drive rock locks, 1.9 comp tires. He's got King Off-Road piggyback shocks. He's got the He's got, okay, he just listed he listed his whole shopping cart basically. He's got the digital servo. He's got, which one? The Savix SW1 or the 1210 SG waterproof cordless steel gear digital servo is what he's got there. Let's see. He's running XT60 plugs and 60 or in 12 gauge wire. You put everything, didn't you, man? 56 pitch, 13 tooth pinion gears, aluminum racing servo horn, homemade link suspension. He's got 10 links. Let's see. LiPo is a 5000 11.1 pack. He's got a Vanquish Curry front and rear. Still MIP drive shafts. He's got, Vanquish Axial aluminum trans housing. He's got a Robinson Racing hard steel idler gear. STRC aluminum shock towers. Robinson Racing hardened aluminum diff gears. King Shocks spring kit. STRC aluminum chassis H brace. Build classification. He classifies this as a trail truck, and he rates it a 5 out of 10. Whoo, man, you got quite the list there, but I like to see that. Thank you very much for being detailed on your list. It's better to be, more detailed than not having enough detail there for me. So I'm liking this a lot. It is looking really good. That's a nice shot of it right there. I would like to see a bumper on here of some kind. Without the bumper, it's definitely like I feel like you're just open to the rocks hitting this, and if the rocks hit that, it's not going to be very scale. It's going to bend this in and just, yeah, I don't think that would look right. It'd look really cool to get a nice little bumper and winch on there. I'm sure it's on your list. As you said, you've got a lot you're planning on doing still. As you heard, I got on with the last contestant. Definitely do something about these hood pins. Those right there are killing you. Maybe if you switched over to a hard body. I know they have the same JK body in a hard body version. I have one myself. It would be phenomenal looking on this build with these axles, wheels, and tires. If you could get that body on here with that full 3D interior, the opening doors, trim up your fenders real nice, and maybe run like a aftermarket bumper, throw that Wording Made bumper or something on there, it would look really good, especially with like a little stinger. Oh man, that would look good. Get a lot of lighting going on. Definitely would look killer. There's his paint color right there. Also gives you a little bit of a size comparison for proportion on the tires. These wheels and tires, I love those Mickeys. They just look great. Let's see. I would love to see some mirrors on here. There's just no detail on the outside of this body. I'd really like to see some detail. It's just all cut out, and it reminds me of the old school days when we really just didn't care a whole lot about that. This is just cut right through here like that, and you wouldn't really see that in real life. So if you could really work on getting the body, either detailed up, maybe do something about this rear bumper, get the front and rear bumpers on there, would really help a lot. Get a set of sliders on there, that would really help a lot. Or just do away with this body altogether and get the same body, the hard body version, and chop it up just like a real one, and that would really just, it would take this this build to a whole nother level. Now it looks like he's doing a little wheeling in the shop there, crawling on some wood. Can't get enough of those wheels though. The wheel and tire combination is just beautiful. Good looking shot of the axles there. Those Curries are always beautiful to look at. Let's see. Here we go. Here's the chassis layout. This is what I was looking for. Axial chassis, axial trans, just like we're looking for. Wiring, looks like he made a good attempt at, tucking his wires here. He's got everything kind of zip tied up. There's not a whole lot you can do in this setup because it's pretty open, it's pretty bare, But like I always tell everybody, getting the wires all ran together, getting a little bit of wire loom, or maybe getting some larger heat shrink to slip over the top of everything before you solder your Dean's plugs and everything all on there, really helps a lot. Just it tidies things up, and it makes everything black, and black is very good for scale undercarriages. It just helps hide whatever's down there, in the shadows. So, but overall, this is a nice, clean setup. I love that it's dirty still. It shows that it gets used. Yeah, I like it, man. It's a nice looking rig. Overall, you did a good job. You got to do something about the body situation with no interior and no, you just got nothing going on there. There's just not a lot not a lot to it. It's just a body chopped up with some paint splashed on it, and with a build, you know, that you've put this much money into, and you've got, you know, such high-end components tucked down low. If you get that body on point, it's really going to bring this thing to life. So definitely something to think about. Nice looking there. That almost looks like some Cow RC udder butter. But yeah, I can see there you got your hardened steel gears and stuff going on. The axles are definitely spot on. Everybody knows those axles, you can't go wrong with those. He threw in some parts pictures here, which you didn't need to do that, but like I said, this was an early entry, I believe. So anyways, let's jump on to the next one, see what we got going on. All right, you guys, so here is our final contestant, third and final contestant of the day. This is Robert Danine, I believe, and man, I hope I'm saying it right again. I don't know why I can't get none of the last names right, but Robert Danine, I believe, and he is submitting his build from Kennewick, Washington today. So shout out to all my Washington folks. Hopefully you guys are getting some sunshine up there. Let's see, his age, he is 41 years young, and he's been subscribed to ESP for about 1 year. So let's see, what year did you start building RCs? He started building them in 1990, it looks like. Okay, so the early 1990s. It could have been 91, 92, 93, sometime around there. But he's guessing the early 1990s is when he started building. Which, that's, man, you got some years on you. That's a good stretch right there. So his project, he calls this thing Army of One. It is Axial SEX10, it looks like here. And as far as the complete parts and paints list go, he's got a pretty good list here. It started with an Axial SEX10. It's a Honcho RTR is what this thing originally was, which you guys know me, love the Honcho. That's what my yellow Jeep started as. Let's go ahead and skip to this next picture here. Boom, there it is. You can see it all flexed out on the rocks. And I'll be 100% honest with you guys, I really like this. Now, there's a lot of things that I could pick at here, and I probably will. I'm going to go ahead and dig into it a little bit. But I really like this because it reminds me of my yellow Jeep. And please don't take any offense to this at all, Robert, but it's kind of a turd, you know. It's kind of a turd. Let's just say it is what it is. It's kind of like my yellow Jeep. It's a little bit hodgepodge, you know. He pieced it together. It's all character. That's a better way of explaining it, you know. It's all character. It doesn't look like, you know, he went out and bought like the fanciest body or bought like every bolt-on he could find. It looks like what he did was he bought a truck, fell in love with it, and slowly just added his character to it over and over and over again until it turned into what it is now. And I'm sure this thing drives like a beast. I'm sure this thing probably just... The way I am assuming that he's got some hours logged into cruising this thing. Now, you guys, if I'm wrong, I'm sure he'll correct me in the comments section. But Robert, I love your truck, man. Not gonna lie, I know I called it a turd, but I mean that in a good way. I like it. Now, right off the bat, I'm just gonna go ahead and chew your booty on this one, buddy. These. Man, you guys, in your body clips. I hate body clips. If it wasn't for those, you guys all would get much higher scores today. But I hate bodies. The body clips are killing it. Another thing that's really killing your score on this one are these giant Phillips head screws you got all over your body. The Phillips head screws are not very skilled, but I know how it goes. It's just how it is sometimes. But you've got all these Phillips head screws on there, and you still did this instead of using a couple screws to screw the body on. I would have liked to see that. You know, if the body was screwed on, it would have helped a lot. So let's go ahead and go to the next shot here. Boom, there it is coming down some, it looks like a homemade course he's got going on. That's pretty cool. Coming down the log bridge. It doesn't look like you have any actual headlights, but you've got the big bank of lights across the bumper there. So you do have lighting going on, it looks like. Not sure if they actually work, though. So either they don't work, or this is a poser shot, or maybe they're on a switch or something. I'm not really sure. The chain is kind of, you know, not necessary because it's not really scale touch. But I understand why it's there. You got it hooked to the D-rings, and then somebody can easily just hook their... I even see red paint on it. Someone can easily just put their red, you know, their hook over it and just pull you out, right? I get that. So that's cool. You got the paint on there. That shows that you actually use your stuff. I love that all the builds so far this episode show that they get used a lot, and I like that. Yeah, this thing's sweet, man. It's sweet. It's got a lot going on. This bumper is pretty massive. Might be a little much the way you've got this grill cut out with those headlights and everything. Not a big fan of these lights right here. I mean, maybe if you could have got the body tucked down a little bit, you know, and the bumper, just seeing the body, you know, tucked behind the bumper a little bit more would have been nice. But you made it work. Props to you. I like how it came out. It's not that bad. And there's no big giant gaps. You kind of cut everything pretty close. So let's keep it going. Tires do look kind of new, though, don't they? Oh, which direction are we going here? All right, there we go. Here's the back shot. The bed looks nice and detailed, man. You got a lot going on back here. I like the caged window. You got your name written back there. I like it. I like it. Looks like you got the light bar up top. Not sure what's going on here. I'm not really sure what this is, but I like it. This cross thing looks like this is probably a case that opens. You got locked in there. Got the fire extinguisher. Got the jack. Got the spare. It looks like the tailgate goes down because I see some chain and everything locked in there. This is cool. I like it. This is cool. Let's go to the next picture. Yep, there it is. This does open up. Looks like he's got all his tools in there, recovery gear, stuff like that. Yeah, that's nice. I like to see that. What else we got going on? Lots of stickers. I like the Axial stickers right there. Those are a nice touch. Let's keep going. There's not a whole lot going right there. Rear view mirror. That's a nice touch. I like that. He's got the windshield wipers. Another nice touch. See, that's what I'm talking about. Going the extra mile, putting those little things on there. You know, I know they're not like there's a lot of times you can't just go out and buy a hard body, you know, that's got everything molded in and it's got like all these rubber mirrors and rubber, you know, accessories bolted all over it. Sometimes, you know, you got a Proline Chevy body sitting there or whatever it is, and you want to just make that work. Or maybe, you know, nobody makes a hard body in the truck that you want to build. So you got to make do with what's out there. And if that's a Lexan body and you want to add accessories, well, this is how you do it. I like to see that, man. You just add the details. Make sure they're there somehow. It's really cool. This looks like an aftermarket piece that you added, like a little front visor piece. That's kind of cool. Let's keep going. There we can really see a lot of the detail. Mirrors are ripped off, but at least he made the effort. They were there at one time. Shows that he drives the truck a lot. Let's see. He's got sliders. I like the sliders. I like how he did this extension thing here with the fenders. I've seen that done in real life, so I know what you're going for there. Homemade little roof rack, it looks like. I think the cage here is homemade too, this little roll cage in the back. It looks pretty good, man. He added this little extra piece right here over the bed, just like some bed liner. It looks like you put some time into it, you know. It's not a bunch of expensive parts, but you put time into it. You definitely thought this out. The wheels are tripping me out. What's going on with these wheels? I don't know if I've ever seen these before, and they're tripping me out. These look like... I don't know what's going on here. Somebody let me know what kind of wheels these are in the comment. I really like them, though. You're missing a screw, it looks like, too. But I like these. It's just a good-looking rig. Overall, it's a good-looking rig, and not because it's got high-end stuff all over it, but because it's got so much character. The character is what I like. I love the character. I can see the driver in there. That's cool. I can see the seats. I can see the steering wheel. A little bit of center console, maybe, or is that his right arm? That's his right arm reaching up for the steering wheel there. And let's see what else we got. There's our front shot. It's like a close-up. We already went over the front, though. There we go. There's the underside. That's what I'm looking for. Factory housings. He's got Axial upgraded aluminum lockouts. He's got what looks to be... I can't really tell. Yeah, those look to be the Axial upgraded links. axial shocks, axial wild bore drive shafts, axial skid, axial chassis, axial C-hubs and steering knuckles, it looks like. Yeah, he's all upgraded from the Axial factory here. It looks pretty nice. I like that you've got these skids down here. I'm not really sure what you used there, but I like that. Yeah, this is just a good looking truck right here. Let's go through his parts list right now and just make sure we're not missing anything important. Let's see. He started. Let's see. Where are we at? Alright, so he started with an SEX10 Honcho RTR, like we were saying. He added axial aluminum links, front and rear. He added axial aluminum lockouts, front and rear, axial aluminum steering hubs, axial aluminum steering servo horn, Savix waterproof high torque steering servo, the chassis mounted servo and panhard bar, Proline Chevy C10 1970s pickup, Lexan body. He painted it all up with his Tamiya bright red and black body paint. Customized the bed. The tailgate opens. A handmade bed tool truck box. Handmade roll bars out of 1/4-inch tubing. Handmade interior. Carved the seats from a block of balsa. That's pretty cool. Let's see, custom dash, stock ESC, a 20-turn brush motor by Dynamite, front steel bumper by RC 4-wheel drive, rear plastic axial JK bumper, axial front inner fender kit, 1/4-inch tubing dual exhaust, Mad Beast, the Pitbull 1.9 tires on ATT's CNC machine beadlock wheels. Oh, okay, so those are from ATT's. I've never even seen those ones. Let's see, 1/4-inch tubing dual exhaust. Oh no, I already said that. Where are we at? Handmade steel rock sliders, handmade steel windshield visor and roof rack. And he says lastly he has a handmade aluminum set of fender flares painted to match. He classifies this build as a trail truck and he rates it a 6 out of 10. So that's a fair rating. That's a pretty fair rating. And that's a pretty good parts list. Definitely a formidable build right here. Let's go to the next picture, see what we got left on here. Here's our top shot. I did not see this before. He's got some scale accessories thrown in the top here. This is pretty slick. Yeah, once again though, man, I really hate those body clips. All this coolness in those body clips just kill it. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I was wanting to see a shot with the bed down. That looks awesome. This is what I'm talking about when it comes to creating your own drop bed, you know, and figuring that out. See what he did. He's got a drop bed, but he's still got it raised up, so it looks like he's got his shock hoops are most likely still tucked and hidden inside of this. Built some stuff over the top of it, and he just made do. He made it work, you know, and that's what it's all about. It's not always, it doesn't always have to be super fancy and perfect. Just the effort, man, going into this is just, you put a lot of effort into it. You put a lot of thought and time into it, and you did it without spending a ton of money. So props to you. My hat is off to you. This is what scaling is all about. It's just having fun with it, making do, you know, and if they don't sell the part, you make the part. That's a nice shot right there. Good profile pic. Yeah, man, and I think, is that the last photo? Nope. Oh, he's got the photo of his guy. I couldn't even figure out what that was at first. A little blurry there. Photo of the interior there. I was really hoping to see some more interior shots. Can't really see a whole lot from that, but yeah. Overall, this is a sweet build, man. You definitely knocked it out of the park with this. Oh, nice. There we go. You can see our inner fender wells there. See the electronics, see the wiring. You got some black tape on there to try to hide some of that. That's good. I got it zip tied up. That's good. Yeah, this thing, man, you did a great job. You really did. You did a great job with this one. Got the mud flaps on there. I see those. Anything I'm missing? You guys let me know in the comments if I'm missing anything. Oh, the hitch. I see the little hitch you got going there. Let's see. There's the front. Got it jacked up. Yeah, it's just sweet, man. You threw a lot of pictures in there too. So yeah, that right there, that's Robert Danine's build out of Kennewick, Washington. I like it a lot. Again, it's not about spending a bunch of money on parts and buying the most expensive stuff. You can do that and win, trust me. If you do it right, you can still do it and win. And it's not about, hodgepodging it together either. It's just about making it work. Just with whatever you got, you just make it work. Go that extra mile, just take it up as far as you can, just every little detail counts. So this is a great example of that. He did a good job just using what he has. Some of these are budget parts, some of them are expensive parts, and just some of them are factory parts. Altogether, he used what he had and he made it work and built something that's uniquely him. And I really like this truck. This is definitely what I like to see, you guys. Creativity, just all out. That's what it's all about to me. So anyways, I'm going to get up off here. This has been another long episode, something I was not trying to do, but maybe it'll be a thing. Maybe we'll just have long episodes. So anyways, you guys, give me some feedback. I always need it. I always appreciate it. Give all of our contestants some feedback. Give them ratings 1 through 10 in the comments, and let them know why. Give them some honest feedback, but like I always say, keep it positive, no bashing, just be polite, be classy. Anyways, I'm going to get up out of here, you guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. ScaleWars is just, I'm loving this. Thank you guys very much for all the support. I'm going to see you guys out on the trails. Peace and chicken grease. Yeah.